Hi guys, Yacca here. So I have an arena run that I've started and I'm 7-2 at the moment. But the deck is rather interesting. It's not a Highlander build, which I've done before. As we do have 2 Grave Runes and 2 Holy Novas. But there are a Highlander synergy card in it, which is the Zephyrus the Great. And I was thinking, let's try it out. It's one of the strongest card, if not the strongest card in the arena. And it's really been working rather well. So it's something that really supports the deck that I've drafted rather great, actually, even though I have to draw both a Grave Rune and a Holy Nova before it's actually active. But it's not until the late game that Zephyrus is really something that it really shines, and by the over the course of the game, as you draw a lot of cards, I tend to have it active as Grave Rune and Holy Nova are cards that I might even want to keep a Holy Nova in my starting hand, even though Grave Rune is something that you want to draw later. And it has been proving to be rather effective. I do have a couple of losses, so it might be a very short run, but we'll see. We'll see how far we manage to go, and let's do that together, and let's see how it works out actually. So what I really want to do, I have Zephyrus in my starting hand. Soul Mirror has also been performing really well. What I want to do is that I will drop the Soul Mirror. It's really good late game. It has also won me a great deal of games, and let's see if we can draw a 3. I'll drop the Guardian Orc Merchant, and then I can coin into Apotheosis if I draw another 3. If not, I'll just tempo Zephyrus on 2, or if I draw another 2-drop. Loot Hoarder is probably okay. Well, I guess now I want to challenge that with the Fish Flinger. I need to be a bit cautious and try and play it nice and easy. But I do think the Underbelly Angler is quite fine here, because I can trade into the 1/3, and then I still have a body left over for the, what's that called, the balloon guy, Tasty Flyfish. And if I drop the Underbelly Angler, he doesn't have a good trade there. And then it's a good body for Apotheosis. I don't really have any other Murlocs in the deck. I do not have any other Murlocs in the deck. Okay. We do the trade, and then we'll leave a 3/1. If I drop the Apotheosis, he can trade into this.
What is a loon's will?
I could also trade, drop the Guardian Orc Merchant and a Loot Hoarder. That will leave 2 2/1s on the board, and then I have board control. And then I can drop a Young Priestess and Apotheosis on the next turn. I think that's actually a little bit better. instead of me trying to do some funny stuff with the apotheosis. I will maintain the board control. Rain of fire and stuff like that.
Come from. You'll grow up to be a fierce one.
Okay. So I'm thinking that I would like the draw. The loot hoarder I'd like to trade in here.
Hey, give me that.
And then I can drop the apotheosis and trade there. Not sure I want to drop the young priestess. Let's see what we draw here. We'll go to a 4/4. Yeah. He's not really clearing that. He needs something more. Mortal Coil would be bad here. It's a slow tempo turn. High value though. Meaning he gets 2 cards, class cards, that he can discover. That's really good. Very strong. But he's not developing a lot on the board. I could probably drop the Jungle Panther and heal. Alright. Big ol' whelp is probably best. Because healing is not going to give me any more tempo. If I drop these two, I will leave a 4/3 and a 2/1, which he can trade into, essentially meaning it's a 4/3. This one draws, cycles actually, and leaves a strong body on the board. Yeah. And I do want to draw in order to get stuff like Grave Rune. Alright, death is actually good there. As a tempo play. Death, Nephset, and then what? Death and Grave Rune. I think Death and Grave Rune. Next turn I can drop the Evasive Dragonet. That's 10/10 worth of stats on the board. You can definitely do a value trade and then upgrade the board.
I brought enough for everyone.
I'll just do the trades there and drop the Dragonet, right? I can heal with the Nephset Ritualist afterwards. I can do a Nephset, Jungle, Young Priestess, and do a heal. Placement shouldn't matter too much. As long as I keep them next to each other. I can't really do... Oh, wait a minute. Now I can do a trade, even though it's not a value trade. I still think that is fine. I'll leave these two next to each other, because then maybe I can do a value trade with the Stormwind Champion. But wait a minute, at 8/8. I really want to push face here, because he's going to win that value game. He can do the trade. I'm setting up lethal here, so he needs to do something more than just trade. To be fair, he might draw a lot of resources. But instead of me giving him, what, 8 cards, he'll burn something, but I want to push those 8 points of damage face instead.
Whoa, too many cards.
It could whiff completely. That's a good whiff. Okay.
That's an upgrade. Probably.
Well, he's not getting taunt. Injured Tolvir, Nephesed Ritualist, and then just face again. I don't really see the point in trading here.
I've got more left in me. Life is an afterthought.
Placement shouldn't matter. I can't throw it here. Just heal face.
More training.
That's a good target. You might be able to remove that. Do a little bit of healing. I'm not really removing that 10 points of damage. Yeah, 6 points of damage. He has 6 life left. That's it. We didn't even need Zephyrus in this match. Ninja told me it's a good start, also because if I don't draw anything else, I can heal it. And it's immune to backstab and so on. A Psychic Conjurer might be good. Oh, Nephesed Ritualist. Wow. Sethic Veil Weaver is really good if I draw the Renew, because then I can drop the Injured Tolvir, Sethic Veil Weaver, and do a Renew, drop the Renew, and actually get 2 spells. One that I discover off of Renew, and the other one which I just get randomly added. If not, then I drop the Injured Tolvir, and then the Nephesed Ritualist can heal it to full. Actually, Shadow Word Death also works with Sethic Veil Weaver, because it just it states targets a minion and doesn't have to be your own. Okay, Ooze is bound to get a target against the rogue. Still a few daggers here.
This one's a real page turner.
Alright. I guess Apotheosis is actually better here, because then the Nephesed Ritualist is going to be completely bonkers. It's going to leave a 4/3, essentially a regular 3 drop.
I'll take you with me.
I might be able to do even one more value trade. I don't think so though. No, but it's still good. Oh, I'll just hold on to Zephyrus. I can drop the Sethric Veil Weaver right now. But I do have the option. I can get the value out of both minions. That's a strong turn 4. Sure. I'll definitely heal my minion. What do I want to drop? I do want to drop some kind of temple. I think the acidic swarm boost is good enough.
I'll take you with me.
Even though it is a bit annoying. If not, then I have to... I could also just drop Zephyrus, and then... because I need to draw, still need to draw Grave Rune and Holy Nova. And rogues generally have challenges with a broad board. That's not going to do anything really. Because he has single target removal, I won't drop everything onto the Tolvir. This is definitely a strong board. What do I have? 8, 10, 16 points of damage. Ouch.
This guy's toast.
Alright. I'll just do the trades, I guess. 8, 12. Yeah. I'll keep this one healthy. Just not to play around with another SIA. That's not nice. But this... that one was really good. Well, thank you. We didn't even get the Zephyrus value, but deck is really performing good nonetheless. That's a good curve. Psychic Conjurer into Fishflinger into Apotheosis. And then I can...
The goddess is my shield.
Right. I'll throw that one back. Renew. Alright. Any one drop?
Business is booming.
Okay. I don't think there's any buffs on 2. Not that I remember it. Anyway, if he doesn't want to do the trade, I can coin into Apotheosis. And then I can drop the injured Tolvir and renew on the next turn.
Don't keep your thoughts to yourself.
Power infusion. We'll just execute the game plan here.
Come on, share.
I could also just renew the Conjurer. If it can actually do a well, I guess it works. I can get a Shadow Word Pain. Silence. I think so. I think Power Infusion is better.
Come on.
We'll do that traits. This means that he can't heal it to. He can have Renew as well. Oh no, he actually clears the board. This could give me another 2-drop to play. Nope. That's going to be it. Now you can't heal to full unless he gets my. Oh, I had the renew, so he can't get that one. Then he heals to full. And then I can drop the Jungle Panther or the Temple Enforcer. I think the Temple Enforcer, even though I don't get the Battle Cry off, simply just more stats. So we'll drop that one. I think I have, well, I do have one spell damage, but that's from the Rustworn Initiate, and that's from the Death Rattle. Kodo, but what am I doing besides that? I think Power Infusion is a lot better. I guess just heal face. I'll heal the minion. Might end up mattering. Winning the board is winning the game, usually against the priests. And Kodo will be good with the. It will remove the 2/3. I just need an answer for whatever he drops. Could be if I draw Shadow Word Death and he drops a 7-drop that I can remove, then I have the board. If not, then it might be Scargill Jungle Panther. He's taking his sweet time. There might be a disconnect. That's too bad for him. Seems like it. I won't overcommit just in case that he's debating me somehow, but I don't think so. I'll just develop the board state. Can I set up lethal? 18. It's getting close. I think I actually can. This one with power infusion, that's going to be 20 points of damage. So even if he comes back into the game, and he needs to drop a taunt or heal. Well, that's also lethal. Well, sometimes it happens. People disconnect or something like that, but... Alright, we're getting there, boys. Wait times tends to be a little bit longer when you get to the high winds, 10, 11 and 12. We'll see if we can match up against someone. We got one! Young Priest, wow! Even if I throw Holy Nova back, and Zephyrus is actually active.
I will prove myself to you.
Raw power is no substitute for true strength.
Okay, I'll play my fair share of Demon Hunters. Holy Nova is good. Young Priestess is actually not that great, but it can be dropped in unison with a 2-drop. Grave Rune I'll actually throw back because it'll just be a dead card until I can actually get a board to stick. And I don't have Zephyrus. There's no reason to try it and play. And I draw that one legendary. Right now, on turn 2, I can coin a 3, or I can and I might hope that I get a 2. What you could argue is if I drop Young Priestess here, if he chooses to hit the Young Priestess, then he's not developing a 2-drop. I think there's still a little bit more value if I coin a 3 and hopefully manage to draw a 2. I have a bunch of 2s in the deck. I'll also get a 2 there. I'll draw my own Fish Flinger. Is this better? I'll coin the 3. And I can drop the Fish Flinger on the next turn. He can actually answer this, and he can potentially drop a 2-drop. But at least my board lines up rather well. Because the Fish Flinger and the Young Priestess, he's not going to be able to kill that outright. Alright, Shadow of Death, I'll just say that. See which kind of Murloc we're getting. We do have a dragon in hand. So even if he hero powers, he needs to choose one or the other. Next time I can do a rather broad board with the Murloc Tidecaller and the Tasty Flyfish. I really do not mind the buff on the Evasive Dragonet. 7 mana 9/9. Yes, please.
I grow impatient.
What do you have?
Time grows short.
I was the first, you know.
Alright. I think I'll just do a board development here. What's to punish? Some kind of AoE? His AoE tends to affect the whole board. It should be alright. And even if he drops a bunch of low-cost minions, I still have the possibility. Alright, I can actually clear the board here. I think that's actually what I want to do. So this one... Oh, it gets a +1/+1. I can't clear the board. But still... It's the best choice that I have right now. I have two cards that I don't really want to draw into, which is the Exotic Mountseller and the Soul. Zephyrus is not active yet. So, summon a random demon from your hand. I know there's been one developed.
I wonder.
From the Demon Call or whatever was the name of that card. That card. The Nether Walker. Discover a demon. I guess next turn I can challenge it.
My blade will sing.
I negate another 3 points of damage. I think this is going to be fine. Was this one developed? Oh, he doesn't say, but I think, therefore I think it's actually, what is it, 2? Yeah. We're getting a bunch of damage here.
We will hold the Black Temple.
Ouch. This one.
Your feeble magic unused.
He might not want to be inclined to trade into this, but if he is... Oh man. That's lethal. Alright. Oh man, randomly generated Murloc. Alright, we managed to go 10. I think that's rather decent. When you get to the high winds, it's about luck, definitely. It's also, of course, around the skill, but... And this is actually my first arena run since in Year of the Phoenix. So we're off to a good start. Is that 25? Yes, 255 gold. And a pack. Oh, and a legendary. Nice. I would say this is a rather epic run. Let's see what we get. Canrathat Ebenlock. I've seen that you used already in some of the meta decks, so that's pretty cool. Alright, so an epic finish to a very good arena run. It's the first one that we had in the new one. So it's thanks for sharing the moment, and hit the subscribe button and drop a like if you like, or any other comments if you want to see something else on the channel. I'm always open for that. And thanks for watching, guys.